Stop using these 7 time-wasting apps. Did you know the average person checks their phone 262 times per day? That's once every 5.5 minutes during waking hours. And it's not by accident. These apps we're about to look at today have addiction experts on their payroll, ensuring you stay glued to your screen. Their design mirrors slot machines, deliberately engineered to keep you engaged. Have you ever calculated how many hours you lose scrolling mindlessly? Or noticed how difficult it is to put your phone down after just one more minute? If you've ever felt like you're wasting too much time on your phone, this video will finally help you break free. My personal wake-up call. I want to share something kind of embarrassing with you guys. Last year, I was looking through my screen time report, and I literally gasped when I saw the number. Over 1,200 hours on my phone. That's 50 full days consumed by my device. Time I could have used to learn languages or improve my fitness. Instead, I was just scrolling. I remember exactly when it hit me that my phone was controlling me, not the other way around. It was a Tuesday night, and I had this big project due the next morning. I told myself I'd just check Instagram for 5 minutes before starting work. You know how that goes, right? 5 minutes turned into an hour. Then I switched to TikTok for just a few videos. Suddenly, it was 1 a.m., my fingers cramping from the endless swiping, my eyes burning from the screen glare, and my project remained untouched. I felt like a puppet with invisible strings pulling me deeper into my screen. The next day was brutal. I was exhausted, my work was rushed, and my boss definitely noticed. That's when I realized something had to change. My productivity had plummeted. Books collected dust on my nightstand. Sleep quality deteriorated as I stayed up until 2 a.m. with blue light flooding my retinas. My focus had shrunk to smartphone-sized intervals, so I downloaded a tracking app that shows exactly where all your time goes. The results were alarming. Social media consumed massive chunks of my day in deceptively small increments. 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, adding up to almost 4 hours daily. I kept telling myself ridiculous lies. I'm just taking a quick break. I'll just answer this one notification. I need to stay informed. I had crafted a complete arsenal of excuses to justify why I was checking my phone for the 20th time that hour. These quick breaks accumulated to hours each day, and I barely enjoyed them. This pattern puzzled me. I've always maintained discipline in other areas: regular exercise, healthy eating, reasonable self-control. So why couldn't I put my phone down? That launched me into full research mode. I devoured books, articles, and scientific papers about phone addiction. I discovered this wasn't just poor willpower. Powerful psychology drives our digital dependencies. Tech companies employ teams dedicated solely to making their apps as addictive as possible. Most apps deliberately trigger dopamine releases in your brain, the same chemical involved in gambling addiction and substance abuse. Former Silicon Valley executives have even admitted they restrict their own children from using products they helped create. This wasn't just a bad habit. It was a symptom of design engineered to steal my time. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 biggest time-wasting apps and exactly how they're designed to keep you hooked. Understanding the psychological tricks they employ helps you defend against them. Have you noticed how you check your phone within minutes of waking up? I used to do this automatically. Before fully opening my eyes, I'd be scrolling through notifications. This happens because during sleep, your dopamine levels naturally drop. Upon waking, your brain craves that chemical hit, reaching for the fastest source, your phone. It parallels why morning cigarettes feel essential to smokers. These apps intentionally exploit this vulnerability. By capturing your attention first thing, they establish a pattern for your entire day. I began making incremental changes. Keeping my phone in another room while sleeping made a significant difference. Purchasing an actual alarm clock eliminated the morning phone check. Creating phone-free zones in my house, like the dining table and bedroom, helped break the constant usage cycle. The true breakthrough came from deleting the worst offending apps completely. I started with Instagram. Those first few days felt strange. I'd unconsciously pick up my phone, tap where the app used to be, then put it back down. My thumb seemed to have developed its own muscle memory. After about a week, remarkable changes emerged. I felt calmer. My attention span gradually expanded. I could read for extended periods without phone distractions. My sleep improved without pre-bedtime screen exposure. And suddenly, my days felt longer in the most positive way. I'm not suggesting you delete everything immediately, but understanding how these apps manipulate your brain is crucial. Companies have invested billions researching how to capture and maintain your attention, studying human psychology to create addictive products. Most people don't realize their dependency level. Those red notification dots, the variable rewards of pull to refresh features, and personalized feeds designed to extend scrolling time are deliberate choices to keep you engaged. In the upcoming sections, I'll analyze how each of these 7 apps manipulates your attention and share practical steps to reclaim your time and focus. The science of digital addiction. Before we dive into those 7 apps, you need to understand what's really happening inside your brain when you can't put your phone down. Tech companies aren't just building products, they're engineering dependency, using the same psychological triggers that make gambling so addictive. Your willpower doesn't stand a chance against these techniques if you don't know what's happening. So let's talk about what's actually going on in your brain when you use these apps. You know that feeling when you're bored with scrolling, but you just can't stop. That's not a character flaw or lack of discipline. It's brain chemistry. Here's what happens. Every time you check your phone and see something interesting, a like, a comment, a funny video, your brain releases dopamine. That's the feel-good neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. The crucial insight is that dopamine is released when you anticipate the reward, not when you receive it. That's why pulling down to refresh or scrolling to see what comes next is so compelling. Your brain stays in that anticipation state, wondering, will the next thing be amazing? This creates a compulsion loop, where you're driven to repeat an action over and over because of that anticipatory dopamine hit. Consider this example. When you hear your phone buzz with a text message, there's that moment of excitement before you even check it. Who's it from? What might they say? That anticipation moment is where the dopamine surge happens, just like a gambler experiences before seeing if they've won. By the time you actually read the message, the chemical reward has already occurred. When you open Instagram, you don't know if you'll see nothing interesting, or if you'll discover your friend got engaged, or if a celebrity posted something shocking. That unpredictability is key. This variable reward schedule is the same psychological mechanism that powers slot machines. If a slot machine paid out exactly the same amount every third pull, it wouldn't be exciting. But because you never know when or how much you'll win, you keep pulling the lever. These companies employ people with titles like attention engineers, who figure out how to keep you on the platform longer. They run thousands of tests to optimize features for maximum engagement. Another technique they use is social validation. Humans are hardwired to care what others think. Apps exploit this by quantifying social worth through likes, followers, and comments. Every notification becomes evidence that you matter. Have you ever posted something and kept checking back for likes? That's your brain seeking confirmation of your social standing. Then there's FOMO, fear of missing out. Stories that disappear after 24 hours, live events, trending topics. These create artificial urgency. Your brain worries that if you don't check constantly, you'll miss something crucial. Interestingly, many tech executives limit technology use in their own homes. Tristan Harris, a former Google design ethicist, has revealed that Silicon Valley parents often send kids to low-tech schools. One executive compared these products to crack cocaine rather than candy. They understand how these systems hack our psychological vulnerabilities. The most powerful technique is intermittent variable rewards. Sometimes you get rewarded, sometimes not, and you never know which to expect. B.F. Skinner discovered this was the most addictive reward pattern in his rat experiments. Rats pressing levers with unpredictable rewards worked harder than those with consistent rewards. Your apps use this exact approach. Sometimes you refresh and see nothing. Sometimes you see something amazing. The unpredictability keeps you coming back more effectively than consistent rewards. These techniques target the limbic system, the primitive brain region responsible for emotions and motivation. It responds to simple triggers, novelty, social approval, unpredictability. That's why your logical brain can say, "I should stop scrolling," while your hand continues. Understanding these mechanisms is the first step in breaking free. When you recognize, "This is just my brain wanting dopamine," rather than, "I need to check my phone," you create distance between stimulus and response. Each app employs these techniques differently. Instagram creates a reinforcement pattern almost identical to gambling. You scroll past boring posts, small losses, then see something exciting, a win, then more boring posts, then perhaps a message, bigger win. Now that you understand these universal principles, let's examine how each of the 7 most addictive apps specifically exploits these vulnerabilities. Each has unique strategies built around these core psychological triggers, and understanding their specific approach is key to breaking their hold on your attention. Instagram, the comparison machine. Those neural pathways driving you to check Instagram aren't just making you waste time, they're actually making you miserable. The average person spends over 11 hours a week on Instagram alone, but honestly, it's not the time that's the biggest problem. It's what those picture-perfect posts are doing to your mental health while you scroll. Instagram has transformed from a simple photo-sharing app into what psychologists call the comparison machine. Our brains are naturally wired for social comparison, an evolutionary tendency where we size ourselves up against others to determine our place in the group. But Instagram amplifies this instinct dramatically. Instead of comparing yourself to your immediate circle, you're comparing yourself to everyone, including celebrities and influencers with professional teams making them look perfect. It's like carrying around a glossy magazine where every page shows impossibly perfect lives, bodies, and experiences. Except this magazine refreshes endlessly and knows exactly what makes you feel inadequate. Every photo, every vacation, every perfect outfit creates an increasingly distorted view of reality that can leave you feeling like the only person who struggles. Research from the Royal Society for Public Health confirms this effect, ranking Instagram worst among social platforms for body image issues, anxiety, and depression. The entire platform revolves around showing you highly curated, perfectly edited snapshots of other people's lives that make your reality seem boring by comparison. What makes Instagram particularly problematic is passive scrolling. Unlike platforms where you actively post or comment, Instagram allows you to silently consume an endless feed of seemingly perfect lives. A University of Pennsylvania study found that limiting social media use to 30 minutes daily led to significant reductions in loneliness and depression, with Instagram showing the strongest effect. The app exploits what psychologists term highlight reel syndrome. People post only their best moments, perfect vacation photos, and most flattering selfies. Nobody shares pictures of themselves crying in the bathroom, fighting with their partner, or simply being bored. This creates a severely distorted view of reality. Instagram has become more strategic in its manipulation tactics. When they tested hidden like counts, they weren't suddenly concerned about your mental health. They were experimenting to determine which version would keep you engaged longer. They're essentially A/B testing your psychology to maximize addiction. The Explore page functions as a personalized rabbit hole. The algorithm notices subtle signals like how long you pause on images, what content stops your scrolling, and how quickly you double tap to like something. Then it serves increasingly extreme versions of whatever captured your attention. An internal Facebook document leaked in 2021 revealed Instagram's own research found that 32% of teen girls reported Instagram made them feel worse about their bodies when already feeling bad. Yet they continued pushing the same addictive features because engagement drives profit. The Stories feature creates artificial scarcity by making content disappear after 24 hours. This triggers what psychologists call anticipatory regret, the fear of missing something important if you don't constantly check back. Instagram promises connection while actually increasing isolation. A University of Amsterdam study found passive Instagram use increases envy, which decreases life satisfaction. You believe you're connecting with friends while actually just observing their lives from a distance and feeling worse about your own. Even filters have psychological impact. Plastic surgeons report Snapchat dysmorphia, where patients bring filtered selfies as references for surgical results. The gap between digital and real selves widens, creating distress. To break free from Instagram's grip, you can delete it completely or transform how you use it. For deletion, deactivate your account first through Settings, Account, Delete Account, not just delete the app. If you need Instagram for work or connections, make it less harmful by turning off all notifications and using the Close Friends feature to focus on actual friends instead of influencers. Set a timer before opening the app to prevent endless scrolling. Use Instagram's tools against it by checking your daily usage in account settings and setting limits. When you hit that limit, respect the notification. The mute feature lets you filter content without unfollowing people. If certain accounts make you feel bad, but you don't want to unfollow them, simply mute their posts and stories without their knowledge. For dedicated users, try the posting only method. Set specific times to post content or check messages without scrolling. This maintains your presence without triggering comparison. Consider what need Instagram fulfills for you. If it's creative inspiration, try Pinterest. If it's keeping up with friends, text them directly. If it's boredom, find alternatives. Read, walk, or even stare at the ceiling. All are genuinely better for your mental health. TikTok, the ultimate attention trap. While Instagram manipulates your self-image, TikTok is playing an entirely different game with something even more valuable: your attention itself. Ever notice how you pick up your phone for a quick TikTok break and suddenly it's 2 hours later? That's not a coincidence or lack of willpower. It's by design. TikTok's algorithm stands at an unprecedented level compared to anything that's come before it. Unlike traditional media where everyone sees the same content, TikTok creates a completely personalized experience from the moment you start using it. The platform requires very little information to figure you out. Research from the University of Amsterdam found that after watching just 8 videos, TikTok's algorithm can predict your preferences with shocking accuracy. That's about 30 seconds of content before it understands what will keep you scrolling. Think about how different this is from older forms of entertainment. When you watch a TV show, the content is the same for everyone. But on TikTok, 2 people can open the app at the exact same time and see completely different content. Your feed is uniquely tailored to your specific psychological triggers. No 2 people have the same TikTok experience. What makes TikTok particularly effective at capturing attention is how it's structured. The vertical scroll format functions like a digital current, pulling you deeper with each flick of your thumb. There's no natural stopping point. No credits roll, no next episode prompt that makes you consciously decide to continue. The content flows endlessly. You never reach a satisfying conclusion that gives your brain permission to stop. The short video format is perfectly calibrated to exploit your brain's hunger for novelty. Our brains evolved to pay attention to new things in our environment. It was literally a survival mechanism. TikTok hijacks this system by delivering a constant stream of 15 to 60-second videos, each one delivering a fresh hit of novelty before your attention has a chance to wane. What's remarkable is how detailed TikTok's tracking is. According to internal documents reported by the New York Times, the app measures incredibly specific behaviors. How long you pause on each video, whether you watch it multiple times, if you share it, and even how quickly you scroll past content you're not interested in. It records if you hover over certain text, if you follow a particular sound, or if you engage with specific hashtags. This level of data collection surpasses what any previous medium could track. When you watched TV, nobody knew if you went to the kitchen during commercials or which scenes made you lean forward in interest. TikTok knows exactly what grabs your attention down to the fraction of a second. The algorithm uses weighted time, which assigns different values to different types of engagement. Watching a video completely is worth more than just liking it. Sharing it counts even more. Creating a video response signals the strongest interest. These signals combine to create a sophisticated model of your preferences. TikTok's algorithm improves with every interaction. According to research published in the journal Addictive Behaviors, the app learns from both positive and negative feedback. When you quickly scroll past a video, that's valuable information. The system constantly refines its understanding of what will keep you engaged. A former TikTok employee revealed to the Wall Street Journal that the company's internal goal is to get users to spend at least 90 minutes daily on the platform. The average user currently spends about 52 minutes daily, opening the app 19 separate times. TikTok affects your perception of time. A study from the University of Southern California found that 70% of users reported regularly spending more time on the app than they intended. The continuous scroll combined with variable content length creates what psychologists call flow state disruption. Essentially, your brain loses track of time passing. The content itself is optimized to trigger emotional responses. Research from Cornell University shows videos that evoke high arousal emotions, whether positive, awe, excitement, or negative, anger, anxiety, are significantly more likely to be promoted by the algorithm. This emotional manipulation keeps you psychologically engaged, making it harder to put the phone down. TikTok also employs intermittent content reinforcement. Some videos will be exactly what you want, others less so, creating an unpredictable pattern that keeps you scrolling in search of the next satisfying video. This is the same psychological mechanism that makes gambling so addictive. So how do you break free from this sophisticated attention trap? First, delete the app completely. TikTok is designed to be used in moderation about as effectively as slot machines are. If you need to keep it, set app timers to force yourself off after a certain period. Another strategy is using TikTok only on a desktop browser. The experience is clunkier and less addictive by design. You can also turn off personalized recommendations in your privacy settings. What I've found most effective is replacing TikTok with alternative activities that target the same psychological needs. If you crave entertainment in short bursts, try reading short articles from quality publications. If you enjoy learning new things in bite-sized formats, podcasts can be a great alternative that doesn't hijack. Data collection is just one piece of the addiction puzzle. But what happens when a platform is designed around triggering your outrage response? While TikTok optimizes for endless scrolling through personalized content, Twitter's algorithm deliberately feeds you things that make your blood boil, and there's a disturbing reason why. Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened Twitter feeling perfectly fine, then 20 minutes later found yourself angry about something you didn't even know about before logging in? That's not an accident. Twitter, or X as it's now called, might have started as a simple platform for sharing short thoughts, but it's evolved into what researchers call an outrage machine. Why does Twitter want you angry? Simple. Anger is the emotion that spreads fastest online. A study from NYU found that each moral emotional word in a tweet increases its spread rate by about 20%, with negative emotions creating the strongest effect. Twitter's internal research, leaked in 2021, confirmed this by showing their algorithm gives a 4.6 times boost to content that triggers outrage compared to neutral content. They optimize for anger because anger equals engagement, and engagement equals profit. The character limit forces complex issues into oversimplified takes. With only 280 characters, nuance becomes the first casualty. You can't explain climate change, healthcare reform, or international conflicts in a tweet, but you can express outrage about them in attention-grabbing ways. This design creates what researchers call moral grandstanding. People competing to show who's more outraged about an issue. You see this all the time. Someone posts something controversial, then others rush to show how much more outraged they are, creating a spiral of increasingly extreme positions. The quote tweet feature might be the most insidious design element on the platform. Unlike a regular retweet, which simply shares content, quote tweets invite commentary, often critical. Research from the University of Cambridge found that 25% of quote tweets contain negative sentiment directed at the original poster, compared to just 2% of regular replies. It's essentially a built-in dunking mechanism. Twitter makes breaking news feel urgent even when it isn't. A study from the Reuters Institute found that 48% of Twitter users check the platform multiple times daily for news updates, creating what psychologists call anticipatory anxiety, the feeling that something important might happen that you'll miss if you don't keep checking. The mental health impact is measurable. Research published in the Journal of Psychiatric Research found that heavy Twitter users scored 1.8 times higher on measures of anxiety than non-users, and reported sleep disturbances at twice the rate. Constant exposure to outrage-inducing content keeps your brain in a low-level fight or flight response, flooding your system with cortisol and adrenaline.